Hi guys. Okay, I want to do a quick uh, video on how to use CircuitSim. Uh, so I'm going to use circuitry on this one to build an inverter from transistor logic. So whenever we're doing CircuitSim, we want to start with inputs and outputs. So this is going to be for an inverter that turns ones into zeros and zeros into ones. We're going to have one input. And that's going to be this input. Now, whenever we have an input pin, we want to put a label on this. Okay. Usually it's something boring, like input. It's going to label that to the west, but sometimes it's very important, like you want to know if you have several bits coming and you want to know which is the high order bit and which is, so who's 0, 1, 2, 4, 8, and so on. Okay, so this case, since this is a very, very simple circuit, it's boring. So I'm putting in, and the direction the label's going to go here, and you see it just showed up. Okay, let's see if I can make that bigger. No. Okay, if I click on this guy again, uh, and we'll make that bigger, but I can make the label bigger. It's 1 bit, and pretty sure I can make the label bigger somehow. Okay, I guess I can make the label bigger. I can change the scale though. There. Now it's easier to see. Good. Now now that's going to flow and we're going to create an output pin over here. And the input pin right now is has a 0 on it. The output pin doesn't have anything on it yet, but we want to give it a label. Once again, often when the circuits get complicated, we're going to need to say something about it, but right now I'm just going to call that output. Now I'm going to put down a 1. Okay, so I'm going to put down that'll be power. So I'm going to call this power. And it's going to come from the top, power. And direction is going to be, and it's going to face down. So I'm going to have power up here on the top facing down. And I think I'll take this guy and that guy and give myself some room. I'm going to move them down here. So you see, you can pick these guys up and move them around. And then I'm going to create another constant, which will be the ground. And that's going to be 0. And the label's going to be south, and it's going to face up. And there we're going to go. And I'm going to line it up with power over here. Now the idea is when the input is 0, I want the transistor to let the power go through to the output. And when it's 1, I want the transistor to connect to the ground. So I'm going to create a transistor here. And the transistor is going to be type P-type. And I think when that's 0, it's going to make the connection. So the gate location, is going to be on the left. And direction of the thing is going to be south. And I want the label to be east. So here is the way that this transistor is going to go like this. And what I'm going to do is connect it to power. And I'm going to. And then I'm going to take input and feed it into this guy. Connect it like this. So since it's 0, now I'm going to create another transistor. And I got to give this transistor a name. And this is, I'm going to call it the P transistor. Now, I'm going to create a new transistor by clicking on that. And I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so now it's very important. These little arrows here should point from power to ground. Now, real transistors are symmetric. They don't have any direction, but this gadget's transistors do have direction. This is going to be my N-type, and I'm going to change it to an N-type. N-type transistors let the power through when it is a 1. So I'm going to change this to an N-type transistor. And what I'm going to do, and it's going to, once again, its direction is going to be south, just like the other one. Generally, and the label location, I'm going to put it once again, is going to be east. And now it's going to be right here. And I'm going to connect this guy to that guy. Boom. And connect this guy to the ground. And then this guy, make that connection there. And so, and then the output, this guy's going to connect to the output. So right now the input is 0 and the output is 1. Now, to play with this guy, I'm going to, I clicked on click mode. That will allow me to change input to 1. And what happened, I think this guy faces the wrong way. Let me switch that to edit mode. I turn that off. I'm back in edit mode. I'm going to edit this guy. And this, let's make him face north. Now it works. Okay. So this guy's got to face away from ground. This guy's got P-types have to face away from the power. N-types have to face away from the ground. I've got click mode on. And now you see it reverses. Now, you can add all sorts of cute little gadgets to this guy to help see, but this is the most powerful thing. Right, so if you want to add a little light, I can stick a light. And let's make it dark gray and light. Let's make it nice and yellow. And let's see, try that. That's good. Okay. So now I got a little light here. Turn click mode off so I can edit. Okay, so watch out for that click mode. It's a nice thing. And now when I turn it on, I can say, there. So that's a little bit, that's a cute little thing. If you have several outputs, you can even turn them into a number, so see what's going on that way. So when you have up to 3 bits up to 10 or so, or maybe hex, so up to 16, up to 4 bits, you can turn them into numbers here. But I'm not going to show you how to do that. right now. Okay, so this is an inverter using transistors, an N and a P-type transistor. And this is using a technology we call CMOS, and I'm going to stop it right here.